Hey, welcome back. It's been a long time. It's Friday. Wonderful Friday, December 12th, 2025. When we last met, I was about to go in for cataract surgery on this eye. So I get there, I had a friend drive me there. They call me back, have me, I guess I took my shirt off, put on a little gown, and they put an IV thing in and take your blood pressure, put you in a wheelchair, and then wheel you real fast down a corridor. It's really kind of fun to be wheeled down a corridor like that in a wheelchair. And as you get further back into the complex, it's less normal. It's more science fiction-y. It's this white corridor, and then the doors open up like the beginning of Get Smart, and the next section, and it's really cool to be wheeled by a nurse and and then you come to this room and it's like out of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and there's this big device and they put you on this table with your head down and they strap you in, and then they have some little tube that's right about here that's blowing cold air up your nose, and I guess they put something in here you don't know that makes you feel really good. You're never completely out. I've heard some places they put you completely out, but then you just see some psychedelic lights, and then it's like, oh, it's over. I worried, what if I blink? Well, you don't, because they hold your eye open, I guess, like a Clockwork Orange and drop. I don't know what happened, because I have no idea. But overall, then they wheel you out and give you a Coke, and then your driver is called to come pick you up at the door. And that was, it's going to sound insane, but it was actually kind of fun. And I'm going to have this eye done Tuesday. Today I've got to drive 45 minutes to my ophthalmologist to do an in-between appointment where they look at my eye. But basically, I can see super clearly at a distance with this eye. But I have these, but to see close up, I'm going to need these cheater glasses, which will make it fine for reading. So this eye is still the old. Let me give you an example. I'll show you. And I've got some unboxings. I should have told you that in the first minute. Then the YouTube algorithm knows what this video is about. But that's too bad. Okay, let's look at this Tomb of Terror poster. Let's look at where it says drive-in theater there. See that? Okay, let's see how far back I can get and read that. So I'm going to move back and tell you when it becomes unreadable to me. Okay, I can still read it, still perfectly sharp. Actually, I can still read it, but I can't go, I can go back a little bit more. But basically, I can read it from here. I could go back farther, but unfortunately, there's a wall here. So let me show you how, I'm going to close my eye and I'll tell you, let's see, when will I be able to focus with my left eye on? I can't read it at all now. Okay, only here does it become clear as saying drive-in theater. So give your perspective here, all over there. So my eyes are completely mismatched now. I'm like Dr. Frankenstein has made a mistake. But anyway, so Tuesday they'll go in and fix this eye. So that's all there is to it, man. Everyone was telling me it's no big deal. It seems to be no big deal. So what can I tell you? I don't want to sound ridiculous and say it was fun, but it was not fun looking forward to, because I had a pretty bad experience with LASIK or something like 20 years ago. It was really scary, you know, that was horrible. But I'm sure it's just like this now. Anyway, I don't know. Don't know what. Anyway, got this huge, gigantic box. I shouldn't even be picking up stuff like this. They say don't pick up heavy weights after the surgery. So let's open it up and see what's inside. This comes from Kevin Johnson at Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona. And then I'm gonna be driving. Oh, then after the surgery, my driver took me. We happened to pass by the house that John Wayne was born in, and a couple of blocks from there, we went to this place called, well, I was reaching because there was a cup there, but I guess I moved it over there. I'm saving it as a souvenir, called Pizza Ranch. It's a buffet pizza place. Unbelievable. They'll make any kind of pizza you want if it's not there on the buffet. Plus, they've got mashed potatoes and French fries and fried chicken and ice cream. All you can eat. So this may take a while to open, man. Where's my? I don't know. Yes, indeed. So, I don't know if I even mentioned it was cataract surgery. Did I even mention that, or did I just assume that you know that? Anyway. Some people, I've heard of people saying, well, I can barely see, but I'm going to wait till I'm 65 and have Medicare cover it. Man, don't wait, because you don't realize how much you're missing. If you got, have this done, man, because it really does work, man. It makes everything high definition, everything 3D, you know. I remember this happened when I was in third grade, when I got glasses. I think it was third grade, yeah. Putting it on, and I could see every individual leaf and every individual twig, and it's like that. But everybody, apparently, when you get old enough, winds up with cataracts. So. Well, the Supergirl trailer's out, and looks like a pretty dour, depressing, sour, horrible vision of what Supergirl should be. Opens with Crypto, who I know in the comics, Crypto is now Supergirl's dog because of lawsuits and stuff over, you know, Superboy still being the property of the Siegel and Schuster estates or something. But Crypto really peeing on a newspaper with a Superman article. Now, I loved Superman when it came out in June. I loved it. Someone asked me, what would it be on a scale of 1 to 10? I said 10, man. It was a great movie. And don't listen to those people that tell you James Gunn didn't do a good job. And then I realized, okay, well, I like that movie. Now let's see what a couple months later, or about a month later, now see what the Justice Gang, which I thought was stupid, the Justice Gang and Lex Luthor and some of your other friends from this family-friendly Superman movie are up to. Watch Peacemaker and see, basically, it's like Bob Guccione's Caligula. And it's like, what are you doing, man? And now you're taking Supergirl, and I know it has comic book precedent because it was some stupid Woman of Tomorrow miniseries, and I never read Lobo. Lobo was the beginning of all of this, really. The comics that were, I've got to find my blade. Comics that were created for the direct market that were a little bit more adult, you know. And I like Simon Beasley's art. It's just that if Lobo didn't tie into the Superman universe, I'd be a lot more tolerant for the character. And you know, Buddy Saunders of Lone Star Comics, which you know as mycomicshop.com, he's still around. I think maybe his wife or his son runs that company now. That was my local comic store, you know, in Texas. And when those Lobo comics started, and Lobo started in he started in the Mega Man, right? I was looking for something to open this package with. I don't know, man. What upset him, what Buddy Saunders was upset by, is he ran a comic store, and he didn't want comics to become part of the satanic panic stuff in the 80s, you know, and he didn't want a new Frederick Wortham witch hunt into comics, and because he had a business to run, and what happened is Lobo was in these children's Superman comics that are on the spinner rack in every store, and then Lobo's also in these comics that you can only get at the comic store, where there's nudity and violence and every kind of horrible, suggestive thing, and he came out of the back room one day, and I've talked to someone who was there that day, and he never cursed, but I think he may have let go with a few, and he said, "To hell with DC." He said, and so he put DC in the back of his store. So you'd walk in, there would be Marvel. DC was in the very back. He still carried DC, but it was just he just didn't think it was right. And I feel the same way. You know, I don't know anything about the character Deadpool. I wasn't reading those comics in the 90s. Rob Liefeld, I would never pick up a Rob Liefeld comic. It looked like trash artwork. You know, you'll probably unsubscribe, but I was never a big fan of Todd McFarlane's art. I just didn't care. And, damn, I'm looking for something sharp. Maybe there's scissors upstairs. So, I don't know. I never read the Deadpool comics. Deadpool 1, the first movie came out. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the second Deadpool. But then Deadpool, even though they're R-rated and it's like they went a little too far, when they put Wolverine in with Deadpool and it was just the F word every 30 seconds, I thought, man, this is just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. And it just... Because... Wolverine was a character that was on the spinner racks. There were X-Men comics, and then above that was Donald Duck, and below that was Casper the Friendly Ghost. And X-Men comics were read by people older, but really the target market of comics was 12 and under. And I don't like seeing people just think they can do whatever with these characters. And this Supergirl thing, Otto Binder, man, was, I think it was his birthday yesterday, I think. It's a lot of people's birthday. I think Vampira had a birthday yesterday, and John Buscema. That's pretty weird. There's Vampira. There's the painting by Joe Riley, the creator of the Hypnotic Eye. Otto Binder created Supergirl. He created Brainiac. He created the Legion of Superheroes. He was one of the main writers in Captain Marvel in the 40s. He created Adam Link, a robot character that he owned, that started in the pulps, and he brought Adam Link to. There were Adam Link stories in Creepy and Warren. There was EC, Adam Link stories. Every comic company almost had Adam Link stories wherever Otto Binder went. And then, was it Twilight Zone or Outer Limits that had an Adam Link episode? Adam Link probably has been around in more different comic companies and different. I don't know. He gets around. Nobody remembers who he is now. But anyway, Otto Bender was a great guy, and unfortunately, he. I don't know what they're doing with Supergirl. I don't think the girl that's playing Supergirl is that attractive, honestly. No, not at all. And not that. It's just, I don't want to see Supergirl as a drunk. And this, she's saying, it seems like there's clips of her with her Kryptonian family talking about the gods. It's like, when was it established that Krypton had multiple gods? Okay, seems to be there's a box within a box. Incredible. The packing. Oh, the cats are having fun. The packing is always impeccable from Kevin at Gotham City Comics. You don't have to worry about things being damaged. Now, I was worried about this package getting here because it was supposed to be here like Tuesday or something like that, and then it just kept getting delayed, and it wound up. When I had my eye surgery on Monday, this package was in that town, and which is only a little more than an hour drive from there, and now it's Friday, and I'm just now getting it. So it seems like maybe people just didn't want to pick it up because it's so heavy, so they just kept ignoring the package there in the mail distribution center. Because this is an 18-pound package. A lot of this is my Christmas gifts from my wife. Oh man, there's lots of little boxes within boxes. Oh, I see what this is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Well then. Okay. What will we discover here? Oh, and I have some other stuff to show you later that I got from Charlton66. He sent me a package the other day. I've been meaning to, I was waiting for this package to show up and open both of them for you guys. And gals, because we now have 11% female viewership. Okay. This is a Christmas Archie issue, and this is some alternate cover that really looks like an interior page. Yeah, how about that? I'm sure most of you have already gotten this facsimile of Detective Comics number 66 with the first appearance of Two-Face. So, these are one of my favorite things, man, these facsimiles. Yeah, comic heat seeker. You don't need to see that. Looks like the colors are pretty right on this Fantastic Four number 11. That has that great Silver Age Marie Severin coloring there. I like. Man, fantastic. I didn't even mean to do that. Okay. Couple of Doctor Stranges that I needed from the 1974 run, number 10. And number 14. Incredible. Well, it's less than 2 weeks till Christmas. Some of this I will open up and show at a later time, but I've got to go to the ophthalmologist this afternoon, so I've taken off, and I'm going to be there imminently. This is Christmas with a Super. Let me take that out. You put them both in this package for protection. This is a facsimile of Lars of Mars. See, that's great. And this is a facsimile of a Christmas, I call them Treasury editions. The Marvel ones were technically Treasury editions. These DC ones were called limited collector's editions, but they were giant-sized comics from the 1970s, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put this stuff over where the cats won't bother it. Whoa. Scared the cats. Yeah, it's pretty cold out there. We're supposed to get some snow tomorrow. I'll show you what Charlton sent me. Look at this. Archie's Madhouse Annual. Yeah, he contacted me and said, "Do you have this Archie comic?" And I said, "No, man." And he said, "Well, it's my Christmas present to you." And, it's Archie's Madhouse Annual number 4. And sent me this Vampiress Carmilla. A couple of issues of Retro Fan. And let me see something. This is actually bigger than a Treasury edition. This is a facsimile of the first DC comic book ever. Now, I don't know if it was really this big, but it's kind of like, you know, these comics started with the newspaper comics, and it's almost like you're reading a newspaper. It's big like a, oh, look at this, that's great. I was talking about this the other day, how this ad, we saw it in the 70s growing up. The insult that made a man out of Maca, here it is from the 30s. It's the same ad. That illustration stayed the same, but the swimsuits, you know, changed. So it was a black and white, interesting. But technically, this is the first comic book ever. DC comic, rather. So that's a neat thing. A lot of comic stores didn't order it because they just figured they weren't going to sell it, and which is true. Very limited audience to get an oversized book that won't fit in any bag. That's black and white from the 19th. There's not many people that want something, but I want it. But Kevin didn't order it, and that was probably wise on his part because there's just not a demand for it. But anyway, Charlton 66 works at a comic store where it was where they got it. I better put these scissors back in the kitchen. I will, unless I don't want the cats getting cut by them, playing with them, and that's where they belong. So let's go back upstairs. So I got to drive a somewhat long distance with 2 mismatched eyes this afternoon, and then make it to the weekend. On Tuesday, I'll have the surgery on the other eye, and then recover from that. And I have these little eye drops that I put in my eyes 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And starting next week, it'll be 2 times a day, and then the week after that, it'll be 1 time a day. And then I'll have to start that regimen with the other eye. Actually, I need to start that Monday because you're supposed to start the day before surgery. But it just seems like the little bottle is so small. I don't know how it's gonna, I don't know. It seems like I might need another, but it's so tiny. I'm going to ask them if I need to get another little bottle. Charlton's going to send me some Vampirellas and some sugar and spikes because he saw that I was missing from the video I did the other week. So that's really cool. So my Christmas is complete. There's still more stuff in this box here. Let's see what we got here. This is a little box that something's in. Oh, I shouldn't have put the scissors. I still need the scissors. What am I thinking, man? That's all right. Open it caveman style. Ooh. Lots of little things in here. I don't want to lose anything here. It's a Betty Boot plate. How about that? I better keep this wrapped up. How about that? Peter. Oh, another Betty Boot plate. I can't even tell if that's in focus. These are, maybe I should be wearing these to see close up. This camera's at close up range. I'll be able to tell if I'm actually focusing things. I bought these probably 5-6 years ago at one of those lens crafters place. So they're a little bit more, they're not like the stuff from Dollar General. They were more expensive and let me see what that looks like. Yeah, I can tell if it's in focus now. Got a bunch of little things here that we'll go through at a later time. I've got limited time this morning. These look like little pins from Kellogg's Pep, the cereal. Man. Kellogg's Pep was a cereal that sponsored the Superman radio show. This is from 1945. And this one is Flash Gordon from 1946. There was a Flash Gordon radio show as well. And this is a Captain Midnight from Skelly gas stations. There's a Skelly gas station a few blocks from me that is not currently in operation, but they've restored it and they just recently repainted it again. It's more kept as just a cool thing. It's kept as it's like a place you can go have your picture taken in front of it. It's a place to park your vintage car in front of and have your picture taken. Yeah. This is an old box from the Wander Company, 180 North Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. It's being sent to Vito Schiavone Jr., Box 51, Roseto, Pennsylvania. Ancient cardboard. This guy, Vito Schiavone, saved this in his entire life. We can probably safely assume he's no longer with us, but that's incredible. I'm scared. Every one of these pieces of paper might have something in it. Yeah, I'll save this box. It's to make your look at that, leaping lizards. For a swell summer drink, there's nothing like a cold Ovaltine shake-up. Sandy Arf. I've never tried cold Ovaltine. Have you guys ever tried that? Why is it that nothing's focusing? Perhaps we need more light. Little Orphan Annie was once one of the biggest comic strips in the world. Now, no one's heard of Little Orphan Annie. They might have heard of the musical from the 70s. Young Allies. Kevin keeps discovering that he has some of these. They've been sitting for 10 or 15 years in his shop. No one had any interest in them. But these books that reprint these World War II era Marvel and DC stuff. And come on, man. Anyway. So it's Marvel Masterworks, Golden Age, Young Allies, Volume 1. And Captain America #1. Captain America's punching out Hitler, while Bucky's punching out the Red Skull and knocking out Hitler behind him. This stuff will never be, I'm pretty confident that this stuff will never be reprinted again. The World War II propaganda stuff. I just think things have gotten to the point where publishers are too scared to hurt people's feelings, whatever. Okay, but anyway, fantastic stuff. It's all, now I can read. Finally. I'm getting all these cool books right before Christmas, and I'm ready to read them. You just see the thing about Captain America and the Young Al, the Marvel stuff in the 40s is it was like horror comics, but it's weird. Like right now, everything gets blurry. When I move it out like this, everything gets clear because I'm blocking my good eye, and then this eye is seeing the book, and it's blurry. Now, it's just a few days. A lot of people have like 4 weeks in between one eye and the other, and depending on how different your eyes are, or how bad your eyes were to begin with, I think that could be. I haven't had people ask me, is it giving you a headache? No, it hasn't, but it's a little weird. It's not crippling or anything. Oh, this must be a little gift he sent me that, see, this is a freebie because this is, a lot of times Kevin will just send me extra stuff, as a present. And this is the Nemesis Archives. It doesn't have a dust jacket, but that actually makes it look more elegant on a bookshelf, Because looking at this, it looks like something in a law library, and then you open it up, and it's ACG Comics. It's kind of funny to have comics with such a highbrow looking spine poking out at you, so you don't look like such a creepy. Okay, what could be in this box? This is probably a bunch of paper items. Oh boy, and here's the piece ass de resistance. This is the new Atlas Comics Library book. And they've got another one coming out soon, too. I forget what its subject is, but this is girl comics, basically romance comics. Comics not meant for boys, although, boys read them because the pictures were so pretty. This is the biggest one they've done so far. It's thick. Kevin wasn't going to order this, and he said, well, I'll order one if you get it, but I can't see it selling in my store. And he's right, because I've always realized that my taste is very unlike most people's taste. And so, but anyway, it's just, it's great. It's fantastic. A lot of this is like, it's girl comics, The Adventures of Real Girls, but it's completely machine guns and gun malls and crime. And yeah, it's not just romance stories. It's stories focusing on girls. I loved a He-Man. Yeah, a lot of it is romance, actually. All from Atlas Comics, which would later become Marvel. Yeah, so this is something I've been looking forward to. All this high-class literature. Okay, this is a box within the box, and that may be it. I have no idea what's in here. Okay. Oh, I see. I've been very worried about this package. I'm so glad it showed up. Now I can worry about other things. Because I'm like Charlie Brown. I'm always worried about something. Damn. Okay, this is gotta be something. It's Captain Midnight's official manual from 1947, and a Captain Midnight whistle. Well, look at this. Tell you what, tomorrow morning I'll get up early and I'll show you a lot of this stuff. What? A lot of Little Orphan Annie paraphernalia. Stuff like this that you need to make a color copy of so you can actually build. Some girls play with their hair. Some girls play with their pearls. Some girls play with the boys and men. Some girls play with the girls. The Quaker Oats Company. Well, I'll take each item out and analyze it soon, I promise. The original Indian hero of radio fame, Straight Arrow. What a great cover that is. Captain Midnight's Secret Squadron. Jack Armstrong, True Flight. There's a Jack Armstrong newspaper. Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy. Ooh, look at this. The Little Orphan Annie comics. Here's your new talking stationery. That would be a scary looking dog, man, if you ever ran across him in real life. Or her, rather, Sandy. Radio Orphan Annie's Secret Society, 1936. I'd rather join Little Orphan Annie's Secret Society than like the Rosicrucians or something. I don't know. What do you think? First premium of Little Orphan Annie from 1931. My goodness gracious me, there's a lot of stuff in here. And why it's special Gil Kane issue of Alter Ego. Interview with Larry Lieber. Man, a lot of great reading ahead. Okay. All right. This could be the end of this particular installment. Now I gotta find a place for everything. Okay, so this box, does it have a secret bottom? No. Looks like Christmas morning with all this paper strewn out. Okay. A lot of stuff in this box, man. A lot of stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, take these off. Well, I better start cleaning this up. What time is it? It's about 10, 11. Ugh. The fastest thing in the air, KLIF 1190. I've got these things everywhere that I need to put up over movie posters. Let me get these books moved aside. Okay. This great. Man, did I yeah, wow. Yeah, this is the cup. I know it's crazy, but I save it because I loved my time at Pizza Ranch the other day. Such a blessing that I met this great friend that was able to drive me to my surgery, and he's going to drive me Tuesday. Let's find a good place to put this here in the library. Maybe here. I'm still going through the library, everything. Yeah, look at this mess I've created. Oh my gosh. I have to be very careful that I don't, there wasn't anything in the, unless the, wait, is that a box? Here's another box that I haven't opened. So, but this is cool, this box, that's not something you throw away. Yeah, put this somewhere where a cat won't savage it. Cardboard from the 1940s. Yeah, I've got some more of those. Man, I'll tell you, one of them, see, some of these are hand done. Like, see, this one is hand done. Friday and Saturday, the movie will be playing. And this one, Saturday, one like this. My mother-in-law was visiting once. She was cleaning. She thought it was just junk, and she tore it apart, and she used it to scoop up, when she was sweeping, to scoop up the dirt. And I had to try to tape it back together. She split it in two pieces, just thinking it was a piece of junk, but she didn't do it on purpose. But, not everybody appreciates 1940s little, people don't know what that even is. People don't understand when movies were, there was no television. People were entertained they went to the movie theater. And so movies would only play for a couple of nights because so many people went so often to the theater, they needed movies to turn over more quickly. So there might be 5, 6 movies that play during a week. And there might be a double feature on Saturday morning, matinee. Because before Saturday morning cartoons on television, they had Saturday morning cartoon festivals at movie theaters before TV was invented, or they would have several westerns, double feature, or some westerns and some cartoons. More. I was just thinking, and I had the Little Orphan Annie thing. I says, wasn't there other tumblers too? I thought, in this box, there is indeed. Oh yeah, it's Captain Midnight. Ovaltine, the heart of a hearty breakfast. So I can show these on my radio show and pretend Ovaltine is a sponsor. Fantastic. Everything arrived in perfect condition from Kevin Johnson of Gotham City Comics. Someone was going to bring in a mad straitjacket to him the other day, but I don't know if they ever showed up with it. It used to be around 1960. They used to offer, there was an ad in the letters pages of Mad where you could order a straitjacket with Alfred E. Newman's head on the back. And that would be something cool. I'm sure he'll add to his collection. But if he sells it, man, I'm right up there. But okay, we'll put this with the Little Orphan Annie one here. Yes, indeed. It's the ghost of Christmas past, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Perhaps I should clean up a little bit. So anyway, what takeaways from today's episode? The cataract surgery is not something to be feared. It's actually fun. I bring you these tidings, much like, those people that have died in a car wreck or in an ambulance or on a hospital surgery table, whatever, and they go to the other side and come back and say, don't worry about it, it's great. I saw my family, my relatives, and I saw Jesus. I saw, it's like, don't be afraid. I come to you, those of you that fear it, with the knowledge that it's not bad. And I should have listened. Dr. Stolbrage said it's not bad. But still, don't watch anything about it. Because I have to take this envelope over to my ophthalmologist, and he's going to look at everything, make sure everything's okay. But I was reading through it, and it said something about the wound was, it's like, oh, man, I don't want to even think about that it was a surgical wound. I didn't want to think about that there was a laser, I guess, cutting the surface of my eye off and putting in a bionic replacement. I don't want to think about it. There's a lot of clickbait stuff on YouTube. What you need to know about cataract surgery, good and bad, and surprising and horrifying. And no, you don't need to watch that shit. Don't watch it. Okay. This little cardboard box, I don't have really any use for it. Well, I don't know. Actually, this would fit cards if I cut. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'll save this for trading cards kind of thing. I'm making sure each piece of paper does not contain some valuable item. That's why I was so worried about that package. It's not like just typical shit that could be replaced. Like if that Young Allies book, there's tons of them out there. But the stuff from 90 years ago is, that's just not replaceable that easily. And so I want to make sure it wound up in but it arrived finally. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna go see Supergirl, but I did a whole 180 on I guess I still enjoy that Superman movie. It's just I feel really betrayed by what he did afterwards, James Gunn. I just think he went too far with that Peacemaker stuff. I was willing to forgive him for his Twitter history and everything, which was really pretty unforgivable, some of the things he said. But what can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Oh boy. Oof. I don't know, man. This AI stuff that pops up on YouTube is, to me, pretty cool. I know you're not supposed to like AI, but I don't know. I just that AI that video and the music you're hearing is stuff I've created with Suno.com, which you'll be hearing. These are songs you'll hear premiering on my radio show soon on KLIF 1190, the Big Cliff out of Dallas. I'll be broadcasting possibly tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. There's a lot of stuff I've got to do, a lot of honeydews and stuff. I really shouldn't be. I'm still recovering from surgery, even though I feel really good. I mean, these people are really good here. The people that work, the person that worked on my eye the other day. Okay. Yeah. Well, I need to do a Christmas extravaganza episode, don't I? What do you want? What should I do on Christmas? Maybe I should show things I remember from Christmases. The dog is thinking I'm leaving, so the dog is getting frantic here. Here's Ambrose the cat thinking about toppling this Christmas tree again. And I'm still trying to put the tree back together and put all these ornaments back on. But you know how it is, man. Cat's got a cat. See if we got any mail. Other than the packages come separate from the mail. Ooh, some letters. I'm seeing a little bit of snow coming down. You see that? Can you see the snow? Oh boy. Better not come down. I gotta drive 45 minutes. I don't want to be driving it. Hopefully that'll be the worst of it. I don't mind as long as it waits till I get back home. Someone on my debit card tried to run a charge of $222.98 four times on my debit card. And then on the fourth charge, it was already over the limit. The credit union finally said no. So they've refunded us that money, and they're investigating this fraud. It was like someone was buying the same thing, $222.98 from Amazon. Is that about the price of a video game system? What do you think they were trying to? Why would someone want to buy multiples of something that's $222.98? What popular Christmas gift item is around in that price range with, all the charges? Because then maybe I could figure out what the hell some criminal is trying to buy with my debit card. Okay, these are little cards for my prescription stuff. This sounds a little bit like Glenn Danzig, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to say it's Danzig on my radio show. I mean, the music doesn't, but the voice does, I think. All right, so little cards to put in my wallet. Not as exciting as Captain Midnight or Little Orphan Annie decoder ring, but I'll show all that stuff that I got in more detail tomorrow. But for right now, I've got to gas the car up, all that stuff. Oh man, these are for close up. Okay. It is now 10:30, and I've got to be at my appointment at 1:40, so I need to leave a little after noon, and then I'm going to have to account for that they're going to dilate my eyes, so it will take a little extra time. Let's see back here. I might need to I don't know where I got this, but it's like Vampira and Dracula. Pretty cool. All right. The FBI, it has a special foreword by J. Edgar Hoover. Looks like I got this at Half Price Books. 7th printing, 1954. What is this little book? Oh, it's upside down. The Uncalled. Got it $5. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Mrs. Hunt to Nora, December 25th, 1907. And it's an 1898 edition. I have no idea what this book is about, because I don't know how to read. Just kidding. The Outline of History by H.G. Wells. Genghis Khan and his successors. Look at that. He writes it Genghis Khan. I always pronounce it Genghis Khan. I thought that who was that idiot that was running for president that looked like Herman Munster, long-faced, and he went to Vietnam for half the time that normal people went to Vietnam, for half a tour, and he got a little 8mm camera from the PX and filmed himself walking heroically on the beach in Vietnam because he knew that someday, being from a rich elite family, he would run for Congress or whatever, president possibly. Was it McCain? Not McCain. I don't remember this guy's name. But anyway, I guess he ran and lost against Obama. No, he didn't run against Obama. He was a Democrat. I don't know who anyway, that guy, I remember him. He's the guy when that said that the GIs over in Vietnam were doing horrible things, and he went and testified things worse than Genghis Khan. And I thought, man, listen to this elite Harvard guy saying Genghis Khan instead of Genghis Khan, like we normal people do. But anyway, maybe he's right. The background of our war. Which war could that be? Probably World War II, judging by this book here. From lectures prepared by the Orientation Course, War Department, Bureau of Public Relations. Now, Trump has recently changed it back to War Department, 1942. Right after we became involved in World War II, of course, it was called Our War. It was not called World War II yet. I often wonder, when was it first called World War II? I'm cutting off my head, man. Here is your war. Yeah, we got a lot of war books here. I need to get, there's a book over here that belongs here, actually. I think. Let me bring you over here. It's a Sad Sack book with the original Sad Sack cartoons before it was a comic book, when it was just meant for GIs. Seems like that would be a book. I'm trying to get the books organized into sections. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Come on down to my place. Okay, let's see. I know it's here. Is this it? What is this book? Odd Texas. Astounding, incredible. The roundup of queer and amazing facts about wild and woolly Texas. Come on, man. If I was a Sad Sack book, where would I be? This looks like a good book that should be over there. Has a cool looking spine. These are great. This is A Means to Freedom, the letters of H.P. Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard, 1933 to 1936. This is all of their correspondence back and forth. Look at how verbose. Now people send text messages. Back then they would write long letters to each other. I wonder, did they ever actually physically meet? Or did they just communicate through letters? Come on, man. For magicians only. Look at these high-class illustrations, man. There was a Sad Sack book here. I must have moved it. Look at this. It's almost Tinkerbell, but not quite. Just this side of bringing the ire of Disney's lawyers. Shadow Castle. This might be my wife's book. I need to probably move that to her shelf. Ooh, Dynamic Thinking. The Technique of Using Your Subconscious Mind by Melvin Powers. I gotta write some of these names down because I have all these AI songs. I need to come up with fake names for the people. So what I'm announcing, that's the new one from Melvin Powers. Yeah, I gotta remember Melvin Powers. That's a good name. Between you and me and the gatepost. This must, oh man. This was once in a library. I don't even know what that is. Oh, wow. This book might have information on some of those rings I just got. Now this is going to be from the 90s because I see 1994 there. The rings won't have changed. The prices might have changed. Actually, the prices may well have come down. Oh, yikes! May well have come down because I think the audience. Drew, stop messing with my books, man. What's wrong with you? This dog's all mad. What's wrong with you, man? You need some more food? The Uncensored Oral History of Punk. There's all kinds of stuff here. Exotic aquarium fishes. Oh, shit. Here's a comic book related thing. What is this up here? Oh, that's a Bible, I think. It's like a Classics Illustrated kind of imitation. I think this might have artwork by Alex Nino. Let me see. Or someone like that. H.G. Wells. Yeah, illustrated by Alex Nino. But look who wrote it. Otto Bender. The guy that I just said created Supergirl, that I'm sure would not be thrilled with her being portrayed as a drunk. But of course she would be depressed and have PTSD with what she went through. No, because that's not the character. It's some new revision to the character done in the last few years in this book, Woman of Tomorrow, that I don't know. But be excited about it. Yes, good for you. I just like to keep my characters pure. Oh, there's room here on the shelf. Where is my, I have a Adam Link book here somewhere. I have no idea where it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my wife's here. I guess I'll see you guys. Take care.